Basudeb Banerjee, research analyst, IT quant broking, joins us with a quick perspective on the IT space. Remember, a lot of stocks there have been hitting new highs. And so the question remains on whether the tide is really turning for the entire sector and whether we could see more traction in terms of stock prices. Basudeb, good to have you on the show. Do you think the street is now turning positive on IT with the data also giving us a sense of a strong recovery in the US?
Yeah, frankly speaking, if you see 3 months back, there was the issue of fiscal cliff. Of week back, the issue of this sequestration cuts. 1 week back, Italy election. So these negative things and one positive comment by Mario Draghi or the Fed. So these things keep on yo-yoing, and in between the stock markets react in that way. If you look at the real picture, NASSCOM growth guidance of 12% for FY14 from 11% in FY13. If you look at the consensus estimates on Bloomberg for big companies like SAP or Oracle, in last 3 months consensus earning estimates has increased barely by 2 to 3%. So compared to the real picture where all the big US corporates are very much cautious on incremental discretionary spending, obviously lower end infra management and maintenance works, those things are going on. But the incremental tech spend is not at all happening in a big way. So under that circumstance, if the IT index per se is moving up in a big way, I won't take cue from actual tech spending increase per se.
Basudeb, I believe, if I'm not wrong, the last ratings that you've had, I'm just looking at your ratings, TCS, Mindtree and HCL Tech were buys, Wipro and Infosys were accumulate. So you are net positive on the space. Surely,
there was a huge valuation gap from the stock price and the kind of growth companies like HCL, TCS are delivering. So if you look at our target price for TCS is 1686 based on 17 times FY15 earnings, and still there is a long way to go for TCS. But on the other side, if you look at our price target for Infosys based on FY15, it is somewhere around 2900 and stock already trading at 2950. And same case for Mindtree, our FY15 base PT was around 920 and it is trading at 900 today. So capturing the FY15 fundamentals even before FY13 has come to an end, I think it is a bit too much on the cards.
Okay. So let's nail it down to one top idea from the large cap space first before we talk about individual companies. Basudeb, if you had a choice to buy one out of Infi, TCS, Wipro and HCLT, which would it be?
Definitely
and why?
I'll go for TCS undoubtedly, because that is capturing the right part of the business segment which is growing in the IT services market. If you look at the revenue generators for TCS, those application development maintenance and gradually the infra maintenance revenue contribution is growing up, and dependency on package consulting implementation is much lower. So if you look at HCL management commentary over last 3 quarters, there has been a huge churning of the restructuring deals which were the prices were finalized during the 2008-9 period. So in the last 4 years overall pricing policy across global players has come down significantly. So if churning of those deals are happening in a big way, so players like TCS and HCL are winning, and the large scalability of TCS is helping them deliver 27% kind of EBIT margin along with a 15% kind of volume growth. Nowhere on the street anybody can expect 15% kind of volume growth for Infosys under current macroeconomic situation.
What's the call on Wipro? The street is divided on whether or not it will turn out to be the dark horse in the sector, or would continue to be a laggard. What's the call on that one?
Definitely Wipro has been underperforming fundamentally in a big way in past 3 quarters. But if you look at some of the developments which the management has took in past 2 quarters, you can say hiring or poaching, whatever way, they have ramped up their senior management quite efficiently from few of the big peer set. They have appointed them as the head of strategic business units in US and Europe across BFSI and other verticals. So Wipro has been putting all the things for hunting of new clients, but execution is yet to be seen. So as of now, in terms of execution, Wipro is nowhere up to the level of TCS and HCL. But going ahead, as you said, a dark horse in terms of ramping up your senior management, definitely Wipro can deliver. And we have a PT of around 473 on Wipro based on FY15 numbers. So it's already trading at around 440. In terms of re-rating...
Basudeb, allow me to come in out here, but just 10 seconds before we wrap up this discussion, your top mid-cap idea, just a name out there.
Top mid-cap is definitely Mindtree. So in last couple of years, their PES segment has been ramping up quite well. And if you see margins in IT segment and PES segment are broadly the same. So the kind of growth IT segment is going to deliver, that is not getting diluted by the poor margin of PES. Balance sheet wise, very much clean, and cash on books is almost 40% of market cap. So that is one of the best plays in the mid-cap area.
Great. Basudeb, really appreciate you taking the time out and joining us and giving us your views. Thanks much for being with us today.